All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Allie Bibeau, Senior Director of Partnership Development and Events at the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. And we are here on this beautiful mid-July morning. I have designated it Christmas in July today. So I have my Christmas. This is, you can get out and support small business with a Christmas in July gift to your special friend or colleague. I had someone from my office drop off a little something. It was just a little goodie bag with some facial goodies, and what a nice surprise that was. And she said, oh, it's Christmas in July, you have to treat yourself. Oh my gosh. And so everyone should get out and treat yourself, or treat each other and support our small businesses. Gift cards are great. I tried to buy lunch for someone at the office. They're like, I don't want anything delivered. I'm like, but I could get them a gift card. So, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that said, we'll go ahead and get started. But we do this Wednesday since about April, and we're going to continue to do this until we can give you a good old Miami kiss and hug again soon, hopefully. News has been not so great in terms of a lot of things, but I hear that there's a vaccination that's looking good. So every day has a new promise for us. So be positive, and that can make all the difference in your day-to-day interactions. So today I'm really excited to have our partners with Indulge magazine here. We're going to be hearing from them with some industry updates, some insights and trends. We'll hear from their editor to talk about some of their editorial highlights coming up, the things that they're hearing from their advertisers, and we're also going to be hearing from Josh from the Fontainebleau, who will be sharing his experience with working with Indulge. So that said, Christina, I know you were going to go ahead and share a presentation. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Leslie DeCanio. She is the publisher over at Indulge. Leslie, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And tell us what is going on with Indulge magazine. It is a great publication, and I look forward to getting it every month. So thanks again for being here.
Well, thank you, Allie. Greatly appreciate the partnership, and having some coffee with our community is actually a great way to start the day. It makes us feel really proud of being a part of Miami and being a part and a member of the GMCVB. So I want to say good morning to all of our coffee and cafecito crew members out there. As many of you know, our Indulge magazine is partnered with the Miami Herald. We're a Miami Herald publication. Extremely proud of that. As you can see here from an array of our covers, we really cover Miami from real estate to fashion to dining, entertainment, art, culture, home decor. But most importantly, we emphasize and focus on local. So this is a magazine that is all about our local people and those who make it happen in our community of South Florida, and certainly in our 305. So that is really one of the main things that I think differentiates our publication, is that you need to live here, you need to make a difference here, you need to bring that value to our community here. And so that's why our covers are always about the folks that you kind of know in our community, that are making a difference in our community, that are opening up a restaurant in our community, as you see here with our food and wine issues. So we're very focused on that. Most recently, we did a digital story called Mosaic was the name, and we covered a lot of local leaders that, again, were giving back, especially during these very difficult times. So that's what makes us extremely unique and special, and I am very excited to be a part of this coffee club this morning. So as Ali mentioned, if you could pass on to the next slide. Here with me today, we have Christina Corrales, who's our associate publisher. And Christina has done some homework and gathered some statistics that we think are relevant. They are about our staycation opportunities and our statecation opportunities, as well as an array of solutions that we have within Indulge and beyond Indulge. As I said earlier, we're part of the Miami Herald. So regardless of, you know, the budget opportunities that you have, and these days, those things are tough because we are all making special emphasis on our people before advertising, and I commend that and respect that. But if you need to get your message across, we can help you and you know, figure out a way. We also have Jenny, which is our editor-in-chief. I'm super excited to introduce her in a second. And then, as Ali mentioned, Josh will bring it home a little later as to his experience with working with us. So let me introduce Jenny. You know, she is our editor-in-chief. She began in January of 2019. She joined us then. What is fantastic is her first official issue of Indulge was our Home and Away, and it won an FNAME Gold for Best Cover Design. So we knew then that we had made the absolutely best choice. Jenny was born in LA, but she was raised here in Miami, and she's worked her way up the ranks in the publishing industry. She's made her name for herself, a very dynamic, very multifaceted, very innovative young woman. She studied at the International Fine Arts College, and she began her career with Ocean Drive magazine. She contributed to Ocean Drive in Espanol. She worked for Bal Harbour magazine. She was the editor for Selecta, and we then just went knocking and said, we need to talk to you. We're ready to bring you on board. And it has been an absolute pleasure. And we just love building this content month to month with Jenny. So with that, I'd like to introduce our editor-in-chief and have her take it from there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Are we good? Okay.
We're
excellent.
good.
Okay, great. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. It's really been an honor to be with a magazine, and a magazine that I read, and I always tell Christina and Leslie, I was a fan of the magazine even prior to joining and coming on board. So it really has been just the most amazing couple of years, even with everything going on, which has really allowed us to, jump to the challenger and create things like Mosaic, which really we are also proud of. So in my role as editor, my top priority is to make sure that the stories of South Florida's people and places get told. And while we certainly do that in every issue and through our social media content, which you see, you can see our handles right there. It's also true with our web content and everything that we do. It's really, really important that the stories are authentic and that, even the photography reflects the people that we are featuring. And this particular issue was such a labor of love. And I always say that, and I swear it's like become like my motto. But with the things that are going on in the world, I think we all really had to reflect on what would be a photo and what would be a piece of artwork that would not only make people feel nostalgic for the past, but also hopeful about the future, and even more importantly, offer a bit of escapism in a time when I think people really, really need it. So right away, I thought of swimming pools. I think it was just generally the most iconic thing that you think of when you think of Miami. Starting from the days, in the 40s with, the swimmers at the rally and obviously the Fontainebleau. There's an iconic connotation with swimming pools in Miami. It's part of our aesthetic. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do something related to that? And so right away I thought about the mural that the wonderful Richard Haas did and had that was up by the Fontainebleau. It portrayed sort of like the facade of the pool, and many of you that are from Miami will remember it. And I thought, you know what, maybe something like an ode to that would be really, really great. So right away I reached out to Josh, and we got the ball rolling. And this issue just became, the local love issue. And that's why we called it that, because it was just even more about how much we love the city, how much we love the people in the city, and how important it is for us to stick together as a community. So That being said, now moving forward, we have the real estate and design issue, which is the issue that we have coming up. And that issue is very important to us because, of course, the hot topic, which is still a very hot theme in Miami, is real estate. And so, we are going to be featuring one of the biggest developers in Miami, and we're going to talk about a collaboration that they have with one of the biggest luxury brands in the world. We have stories about different trends in design as well as real estate, luxury brands that have bought property here and have gorgeous high rises, and we have stories about the top 8 to 10 design trends, which is another theme. That's our secondary theme. And then as a sort of like a third theme, we have the topic of wellness sprinkled throughout the issue. And that is really, really timely, I think, for us to definitely portray in the issue, because wellness is something that I think everyone is thinking about, especially now that we're all working from home. And with all the, the stress of watching the news and kind of coping with the day-to-day, it's really, really important for people to kind of hone in on their fitness, on their health, on, things like meditation, yoga, spa. On that note, I actually did venture out to a spa. It was the first time I had been to one recently. It is very important to me as an individual to support local businesses, as well as Indulge, of course, but just on a personal note. And so Friday, I went to the spa at Aquilina. I was curious to see what the experience would be like, what with all the restrictions. And honestly, it was just wonderful. And once all this is over and once you guys are comfortable, I really advise you to go and enjoy yourself like that, or maybe have someone come into your home when you're comfortable doing that, because it really is so important. And so we feature content like that in the next issue, and it's going to be very, very well-rounded. It's something for everyone, which is, again, also part of our mission. But I think for the next issue, it's even more important. So, we are really looking forward to an amazing rest of the year. And on that note, I'm going to introduce my partner in crime, who will talk to you a little bit about the business side of Indulge. And take it away, Christina Corrales.
Thank you, Jenny. So yes, we're super proud of this current issue and the next issue. I've been with the magazine for the last 8 years. I know that every time a magazine comes out, we're all surprised, we're all proud, and we love it. So as Leslie mentioned in her opening statements, Indulge is part of the Miami Herald. We are part of a much larger community that includes our flagship newspaper and website, the Miami Herald, themiamiherald.com. And the Miami Herald is producing content every day. We print the Daily Miracle every day. But I think more importantly, we publish content like on a minute basis, right? And it all goes from the local, beat reporter to the investigative award-winning reporting, such as the Jeffrey Epstein case, which still this week is resonating. And that just leads to these traffic numbers that I posted here on the slide, which for the Miami Herald, in the month of June, we had 18 million unique visitors to our website. And they viewed 46.4 million page views. Now, mind you, we get visitors from all over the world. Miami is a hotspot, not for what's happening now, but all the time. But more importantly for this crowd, for you guys to know locally, because we are able to know who is visiting our website locally. We have 2.8 million of you visiting our website, the miamiherald.com website, and looking at 15.7 million page views. So we are constantly generating content that our local people, want to read. You are reading it the way you want it. Some of us subscribe to the paper and to the digital site, We look at it on our tablet. We look at it on our phones. There's so many ways to view the content that we're generating on a daily basis. Our other publication is El Nuevo Herald, which is our Spanish language publication, elnuevoherald.com. And obviously they have a separate newsroom. They generate separate content. They are focused also on the local content, but they, as a personal view, I feel like they also cover a lot of the news from Latin America, which us in Miami, we are interested in. And so while they have 4.5 million unique visitors, locally, they have 425,000 local unique visitors with 3.8 million page views. The sassier sister in the community family here is Miami.com. Miami.com is led by the unique Amy Reyes, and she is constantly posting content to Miami.com that is all about what, when, where, and how. They generate 145,000 unique visitors with 208,000 page views. We do have a family member to the south of us, and that's the Florida Keys News. We have a dedicated team there that generates content on a daily basis, and obviously they partner with us here at the Miami Herald as well, and they have 56,000 unique visitors. We at Indulge have on average 15,000 unique visitors and 21,000 page views. Our magazine is published bi-monthly. We are delivered with the Miami Herald newspaper to subscribers of the Miami Herald in high-end zip codes. We still deliver our magazine around town to local businesses. We have racks at Whole Foods. We're at offices. Some of the attorneys' offices are still open, so we deliver to their lobbies and mailbox areas. Condos get it delivered to their mailbox areas. So, you know, whichever way you want it, we deliver it to you. So on the top there of the screen, on the right-hand side, there are a number of digital services, and this doesn't even cover everything, but, you know, all of our sites support and deliver display banners, high-impact banners, obviously mobile adhesion for your mobile phone services, social media, sponsored social media. We provide email blasts. We can create native content, video, programmatic. We have podcasts. We have a partnership with WLRN. We have apps. So it goes on and on. But all of these sites, you know, probably touch somebody in this market once every month. With that said, I emphasize the digital because our research, and by the way, we have tons of research available to us, not only as the Miami Herald, but as McClatchy. And I asked them to help me out and get a couple of nuggets of information to share with you. And I emphasized the digital aspect before because it's no surprise to anybody here, even before COVID in 2019, the Miami market and advertising spent over $61 million in advertising. Now, the bulk of that, 89% of it, $54 million were spent online. No surprise, because obviously we're all trying to attract visitors to Miami from not only Miami and, you know, neighboring DMAs, but all over the world, quite honestly. So the travel category here in Miami, you know, is spending the bulk of their dollars digitally. And, you know, we have those digital services. But we wanted to drill that down just a little bit more to see what that looked like for us. And so we went to Google Trends and did a comparison of terms here. And we looked at US travel, international travel, staycations. I have been on this call and heard the word staycation and statecations a lot, and Miami hotels.
Yep.
And in the past 90 days, the top 5 states with interest for Miami hotels are listed here. And at the top is Florida. And if you look at the blue bars and green bars for Florida, they're pretty much equal in interest. The red is international travel. And you might ask yourself, why over the past 90 days do we have interest in international travel if, most of us don't even want to get on a plane just yet. But in the beginning, in March, April, a lot of people were searching what countries were shutting down, what were the restrictions and all that. So that kind of pops up, obviously. But it's interesting that people in Florida are equally interested in US travel and Miami hotels. And then the following states are Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina, and Alabama, all drive from states. So they're all interested as well in Miami hotels. And so we wanted to look at Florida just a little closer. And not surprising, but yet surprising, is that the top 5 metro areas in Florida are ranked here for US travel, international, staycation, and Miami hotels. And Miami Fort Lauderdale ranks #1. There's reasons for that. Obviously, we have a large demographic population in sheer numbers here. But what I thought was super interesting about this, if you look at those blue and green bars, by far, people are more interested in Miami hotels than any staycation, any US travel, any international travel. So to me, that says people in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale DMA want to staycation in their backyard. They want to stay at a Miami hotel. And so I felt like this was super interesting. This is Google Trends. It is digital. And I think that we can absolutely help you reach all those people that are searching for those Miami hotels. And so that is really the nuggets that I wanted to share with you. I could go on talking about Indulge for hours and hours. Leslie knows this, and Jenny does too. That's why they're laughing. I am going to pass it on to Josh, who is not only a partner, he is a friend, and Jenny called me a partner in crime. Well, so I'm going to pass it on to you, Josh.
Good. Good morning, everyone. Jenny, Leslie, Christina, thank you for inviting me to join you today on this, this crazy world we live in. I'll be pretty brief and just take a couple minutes and kind of give everybody a snapshot of the relationship we've had with Indulge. At Fountain Blue, we've been a partner for several years, and for us, it's really a great mix and a counterbalance or a complement to a lot of the efforts that we have in general. Right, we run a lot of very heavy campaigns online in social media. At times Fountain Blue can be known as more of a younger party hotel. That's one aspect. Certainly, when you have one of the world's best nightclubs in Live, it lends to that image. And a lot of the dollars we spend are really outside Miami at times, right? Trying to drive customers to come visit the market and stay with us. So Indulge, allows a great complement to both of those things. It allows us to reach a very affluent and upscale audience and to do so locally here in our own backyard. One of the really great things about the team at Indulge is, we run our ads, we pay our bills and it doesn't end there. They've been a terrific partner in covering the hotel, of course. Obviously you see the beautiful cover of this month's issue, but running events and helping us to promote and push items where we need it. We've hosted a series of events co-branded with Indulge. I think back to last fall, we were working with a company named Lab to Beauty, who has a large CBD line, a very luxury CBD line, and we launched a series of CBD treatments at the spa and had a great conversation with Jenny and the team, and they wanted to do an event. They were coincidentally working on a feature within Indulge around CBD products, and one thing sort of led to another, and we have a great event for 35, 40 people with their beauty editor, with the entire Indulge team, with many invited guests that could come and mix and mingle and talk to our spa director, who I think is probably the world's biggest Indulge fan as it is. But it was a great opportunity for our partners to to meet some of the partners and people that like to reach Indulge. And those are things that, while it may seem like a small scale, to have that type of hands-on communication with people that are perfect for our business that they invited with us in a intimate setting was really great. And, that treatment has been one of the most popular treatments at Lapis, our spa, ever since. So a great way to launch it. They also, really, I think, take the time to learn what it is we're trying to push and certainly do so editorially. Jenny's been a great partner in pushing elements we're trying to showcase, from the, Lab to Beauty and our CBD treatments to, a big feature on Sapphire Noir, which is our own chocolate brand, our signature line of chocolate we launched last year, to, sort of sitting down with us when we launched a brunch in Scarpetta in the fall, and coming out to cover it and make sure it was featured in the issue. And I think they, at the time had maybe pushed some other editorial out to make sure we were included. So whoever that was, if you're on the phone, I apologize, but it was a great help to us in helping to launch Scarpetta. So all these things, this great content that they produce, we push a lot in our own marketing messages. You'll see in a lot of our email blasts and our social coverage, links back to Indulge, features of things that have been shown in Indulge, and with the Herald name behind it. It certainly gives us credibility in our own marketing messages to showcase some of the things that they've been able to share. I'll wrap it up with just sort of, I think, the one thing that both Jenny and Leslie shared is, the love for Miami, and they called it the local love issue. And I think they really, have Miami's best interest and want to showcase us in the best light possible, the entire market, as they can. And they do that. And I think they've been a really great partner to us for several years. So I can turn it back over to Leslie. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have about our specific relationship, but I do thank everybody for taking the time to listen in this morning.
Well, thank you, Josh. So appreciate your support. I'm going to make this brief because I'm hoping that this is truly coffee and conversation, and that we can have a few minutes for conversation, so it doesn't sound like we're just talking at you. I want to close with, in the same way that I opened, we are a local magazine. We simply focus on those stories that are very much in our community. And this is the back cover of our current issue. And if this is not the exclamation point, there's no one more local than our own Beacon, Economic Council, that helps to support our city and our community, and the GMCVB. And so that's why we close the magazine with this back cover that closes with Miami Shines, because we are so appreciative of the GMCVB and partners like the Beacon Council, who commit to continuing to ensure that our community and our city thrives. With that, the other thing that keeps us really resilient are our advertisers. I mean, we just could not do it without our advertisers. We need your support. We want your support. We will do everything and anything that we can to ensure that your brand presence is present, but we need you too. So this is why I think the relationship with Josh, and as he's described it, it is our pleasure to come out and understand what it is that you're doing from the inside out and tell those stories. I actually put on some makeup this morning, and I noticed that I had a couple of pieces from Lab to Beauty. So clearly, as you mentioned them, I'm like, and that is actually where I was introduced to Lab to Beauty, was at that event, and then I became a fan. So that is all how it kind of works, or all in one circle here. So thank you so much for the time. Thank you, Josh, for your support. And I would adore some questions of not only the Indulge team, but of our guest, Josh, representing the Fontainebleau. Thank you, Allie.
Thank you so much, Leslie.
I'm going to stop sharing, Allie.
Thank you. Well, thanks again to everyone for giving these updates. I have some questions that have come in. The first one is specifically about where advertising information can be found. I did share on the chat your contact information, your different social media channels that people can follow, and learn more, as well as the website. But is there maybe a presentation or a deck or a link that could be shared now with information?
I'll answer that. We do have a media kit that we can share with everybody that outlines all the details about the magazine, the distribution, rates, digital, everything. You can email me at kcorrales@Miami Herald. It's shared in the chat. Feel free to email me and I'll respond right back.
Great. Now we have a little bit trickier question. So the impact of the McClatchy sale on the magazine, is that, who would like to take that one?
I can take that, Allie. So, the impact is, we're still working through that journey, and it's not about the magazine itself, but obviously we're talking about the Miami Herald and then also the other 30 community newspapers, which is what makes McClatchy so impressive and formidable around our country, because just as Josh talked about, that presence of having the Miami Herald as part of Indulge and that immediate, powerhouse of credibility, that repeats itself through another 29 markets around the country. So where are we? Well, there was some news that was published by the Miami Herald on Sunday that, Chatham Asset Management is so far the successful bid to purchase this company from the McClatchy family. The McClatchy family has owned McClatchy for 163 years. It's been amazing. A wonderful, wonderful family to work for. I think we can all attest to that. So now this process begins. And so I think the next date to look out for is July 24th, which is when Judge Wiles will review the agreement and then will issue the opinion on that winning bid. And then basically we will be owned by Chatham Asset Management. The one thing that I will say about Chatham is if anyone is following the story, is that they've been an investor in McClatchy for quite some time. They've been a partner. And so, they know us and they are committed to retain the company as one company operating these 30 communities around America. And that's something that we all are interested in as well, because our focus is really to serve local journalism to the communities we serve. So that is where we are. We're excited about the journey, and you'll know as soon as we know, to be frank, depending on who wakes up earlier to read the news.
Great. I had a question just in general for folks that may be interested. You've heard over the years, print is dead, print is dead. I don't believe it, because I am an avid subscriber to multiple magazines. I renew every year, including the Herald and the Miami Herald, which is I get daily. And I know that when I go on vacation, I am looking for those rack cards and coupons books and all those little guides to the destination so I can flip through them. I'm tired of looking on my phone all the time for this stuff. So I do like the print guides. What are you hearing from your industry about the future of print? Of course, there'll always be a digital component, but what else is going on out there?
I mean, I'll kick it off, and then I'll pass it on to Christina if she has, something else she wants to add. So what's interesting is that we are a glossy, print publication that is really enjoyed by many. And yet, if you notice by our focus today, we talked about digital quite a bit and how individuals are consuming data, both, and especially as Josh spoke as well in social manner. So, that's why we have MiamiIndulge.com. That's why we also have, social handles. That's why we are very much maximizing the traffic of the Miami Herald and Novo Herald, Miami.com. So when we come to you for a solution, we're not coming to you as a print-only solution. We're looking at the full menu of portfolios and making a decision that best suits you and that best suits your budget, especially at a time like now. So now, having said that, like you, Allie, I really enjoy when this magazine arrives at my doorstep. I must say I get a preview of it a little bit, but when I open the paper and it just plops down, I'm so happy for that day. And so we have a lot of fans that really enjoy the magazine. And now at a time like this, when folks are spending a lot more of time at home and also in their backyards, it's just the perfect thing to take with them next to, I don't know about a cafecito. I think I would say something a little bit more stronger, and enjoy reading the magazine. So print is not dead. It is alive and well, but I would say that we complement your recipe, so to speak, when you're trying to get your message out. So we don't try to peg you into one thing or the other. We really look for solutions as to where your audience is.
Awesome. And then in terms of getting the magazine into a location, if any of our partners on the call were interested in adding a rack at their restaurant or something, is that something that you're open to? How does that work?
100%, I'll take that one. So I manage the relationship with our distribution partners, and I am happy to accommodate any requests for either a rack or a bulk distribution. We have some hotel partners that have limited quantities, if you will, at the concierge desks. Others have requested bulk quantities to have in room. People have varied their wants during these times, and so we adjust, but I'm the person to contact if you're interested in obtaining a rack, and I can share a picture of what that looks like, and the magazines, obviously, and replenishing them.
Wonderful, wonderful. Maybe that's something we can talk about for our visitor centers. We are working on a few new visitor centers, so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we have a question that is, I'm going to let Josh take this one because, well, I don't know. Maybe you found blue, but I'll give it to you, Josh, and maybe if you're not familiar, it'll be an idea you can think about. So it says, back in 2017, I attended the Indulge Ode to the Old-Fashioned at the Fontainebleau, and it was amazing. Are there any upcoming virtual events that Indulge has planned in collaboration with the Fontainebleau? Hint, hint.
That was a fun event. We kind of did a little mini cocktail crawl through the hotel to try some different takes on the old fashioned, and you know it's an event we've tried a few times, and I don't know it ever quite flowed as well as the one we did with Indulge, because you know, we do have so many different outlets to try. We don't have anything planned, but we're gonna look at something now. I think that is it's a great idea. We've kicked around the idea of doing some virtual events, you know, during the world we live in these days, and I think that could be a fun one if we can get the team together and maybe get some support from Indulge to try and pull it off. So great idea for sure on our end, but would love to recreate a way to do it virtually.
And we're always happy on our end to help get the word out with any, pushes through our newsletters and channels that we have as well. So I don't see any other questions. Anyone else have anything? I'm checking in case I missed anything. If I missed it, just shoot me another one. Oh, here's some more. Just some general comments from Tina. Thank you very much for that. Greetings from American Transportation. Great. So I'll go ahead and just give a few quick updates. And again, thank you so much to the Indulge team and to Josh. We hope that we can start to get our Miami Shines campaign back in motion soon so that we can continue to drive people into the hotels and ultimately spend lots of money and help us start to recover more quickly. If you didn't see on the chat, I did go ahead and throw the research link up that has our daily index. It's a pretty cool index that we've added. It shows daily, literally each segment of our destination and how it's recovering. And believe it or not, we are beyond rock bottom. So we are actually going up. So it's good news. It's a slow tick up, kind of like holding a bond investment. You know, it's slowly getting better, slowly. But it is getting better and things will continue to get better. Hopefully we can all stay safe. If any of you need PPE gear, any other promotions, I invite you to join us next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. We will be, well, probably a different channel, different click link I'll send you. But if you didn't see it go out, we'll send it a few more times. But we're doing our annual promotional product expo virtually this year. So I think we have about 12 of our promotional product vendors lined up to do a 5-minute demo in whatever format they prefer. Some will do PowerPoint, some might do a fun video, some might just talk and show stuff. But there are some really cool things out there that either you can do for some VIP gifting or just the basic stuff that you need to get by. I know a lot of stuff has been taken out of rooms, but it doesn't mean you don't need supplies for your office, and especially that PPE gear. There are some cool ways to brand masks if you are have staff out on the front lines. It can make it a more fun experience for them and more welcoming for guests, of course. So please join us for that. I also got a cool thing like cookie shots. I don't know if anyone's ever tried those. They're cookies that you put milk in. I guess I'm an influencer now because someone sent them to me and they want my you know, I tried them. It was cool. So there's some cool things out there that you can send to people. And in this day of virtual events, you can still send little goodies that people can enjoy together virtually, whether it's doing a cocktail shared recipe together or a cooking demo, and you can send them the ingredients or some fun items just to keep your company front of mind during these days. I mean, I know that when I get a delivery at the front door, it's like the highlight of my day. So whether it's your Indulge magazine that's being delivered or the Amazon guy or some food, it's the excitement for me these days. So again, think about that and keep the Christmas in July in mind as well to support our local businesses. After next Wednesday, we do have a What's New with Miami Weddings coming up. So we'll be talking about some of the trends we're hearing from our hotel partners. In particular, we have had a larger influx than usual number of requests for weddings. So we are capitalizing on that and enhancing our presence with more articles and content. And we've just asked for special offers from our partners. So definitely take a look at that. You can add your offer through the extranet. If you're not sure what that is, just let me know and I'll help you with it. And last but not least, we have our annual partner planning workshop, which will be a 3-day virtual event, April 4th through 6th. It'll start with a general session on that first morning, the Tuesday, April 4th at 9 to 10. We will do a general session with the key metrics.
That'll be August. August.
For next year as we put our planning together. Our fiscal year starts October 1st, so we've got to start planning that. We'll be on a shoestring budget, but we're going to do it, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to keep our destination strong in front of mind with the international market that is looking to travel, hopefully sometime soon. Let's see, I think that's kind of it from me. If anyone has anything else for the good of the order or anything else they'd like to share, now is a great time to unmute yourself and just take advantage of the opportunity. Again, this will be posted online. I did share the link on the chat. Christina, Leslie, Josh, the whole team, thank you so much for joining us this morning. If there's anything that I can help you with, just let us know. Thank you so much for the information and presentation.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
I hope everybody stays safe out there. See you soon. I see someone else on the chat. Yeah, just thanks again for joining. Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Josh. Bye, Syria. Bye, Steve.
Bye.
Bye, Andrea. Bye, Elsa. Bye, Jessica.
Bye, Ali.
After they sign off. And they're recording.